School infantry was real good because, I mean, that's when you first did your MOS. You were out there, going to the field, like running live ranges, shooting a lot of weapon systems that you saw in like the recruiting video, and that's the first chance like I got to do like what I joined for. You know, got a taste for it.
And how long was School of Infantry?
School infantry for us was about 2.5 months.
And that was down at Camp Pendleton?
Yes, Camp Pendleton.
And what kind of topics did you cover there?
You start off real basic. You start off with just the Marine Corps weapon systems, though. Then they start breaking you off into what your actual MOS is going to be, whether you're 0311, 31, mortarmans, and then that's when you start getting the real good training, like teaching you how to patrol, how to move at night. I mean, real basic stuff. They start building you up for combat endurance. Like you're doing full hikes in range and hikes back in the same day. You're learning what it's like to stay out in the field for 3 nights in a row and stuff like that. I mean,
do you find yourself using the skills that you learned there?
Yeah, definitely. Like everything I've been through or learned, I picture like the bottom base of a pyramid, you know. And as you go far and you get experience, I mean, you kind of groom it up to where you are at that point. So yeah, a lot of just lay down the foundation.
Was there any other training you did before you came to Lima 37 in the Marines that was significant? Have you been to squad leader school?
No, in Lima 37 I went to all that. When I actually got to the fleet as a new guy, I mean, my senior Marines were real. They had super squad going on then, and I was there for 2 weeks to the fleet, and I got picked for super squad as a PFC, like, and that's what like super started me on. Like that was a great hookup for me. Like they were short of body, they needed someone, and I just got picked from the platoon to go there. And they crammed so much knowledge down into you. You're out doing live fire all the time, training with just a squad size. I mean, probably that's the best thing that helped me in my whole career right there. So like training with super squad. We had a real good squad leader then. He was acting squad leader. It was Sergeant Wilder. He's now a staff sergeant. He's a black belt instructor trainer, and he's just all around jack of all trades. Like he's an incredible guy. He taught me like probably everything I know as far as being a squad leader and everything.
How would you describe the experience of the combined arms exercise in Lima 37 before you deployed?
Before I deployed, that's what we did all the time. It was a full out, just live conventional warfare all the time, like range 400, all that stuff. We actually did battalion-sized patrols. I mean, all that kind of stuff. Real large-scale conventional warfare kind of stuff. In Kuwait, we were doing that too, just because that's what we were picturing the war as, just going out there and being in large numbers like that. And then once we got there, I mean, that's when we realized the small unit leadership and moving in a mountain environment and stuff like that.
So can you describe that training that you did before you went into Kuwait or went into Iraq a little bit more?
Yeah, before we went for OIF-1, before we actually went to Iraq, like I said, we focused a lot on conventional warfare, but we got this package called UCAX, that was incredible. Like that's the best training I've still ever had. Like
UCAX?
UCAX. It was down at Victorville, but it wasn't like the last time we went. This time we went, it was we were the first ones to ever do this, and we had full out support. I mean, we had like Helo Company getting inserted by Helos. Lima got dropped off by the tracks, and like we did full out. Like we had to secure the LZ so they could land. I mean, and then we had India coming through and sweeping through, and they hired like 200 role player civilians to come in and act like role players. And it was like a 4-day non-stop event. Like we went in there and trained.
And what was the date on that?
I'd have to say 3 months before the first war. About 3 months before the first war.
So late 2002, somewhere in that time frame. And then did you do a CAX before OIF-2?
It was after that. It was before OIF-1 we did the CAX also. We did the UCAX and then we did the CAX right before we deployed.
And that CAX was normal CAX with range 400 out here?
Living your life in a track, pretty much. That was the most realistic training we had in OIF-1, just like moving in a track, doing operations out of the track, incorporating a big ass tank like in your attacks and everything, moving through the city with that. So.
And were you a squad leader at that time?
During OIF-1, I was team leader / saw gunner. So.
Yeah. And then before OIF-2, you became the squad leader?
Yeah, as soon as we got back from OIF-1, stop loss was done, so I mean,